Hello guys, today I'll be telling you the story around Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. But before we get into it, let's learn about the baseline. So the main character is known to be Harry Potter, and he's the orphan whose parents died due to being killed by Lord Voldemort, also known as He Who Must Not Be Named. And then while he goes to Hogwarts, where he was accepted due to his family being parts of wizards, he makes two best friends, Ron Weasley, who came from a whole family of wizards, and Hermione Granger, who was a muggle. And so, he gets accepted to Hogwarts, he gets sorted into Gryffindor, and on the way, he faces many obstacles. But as usual, he's able to get out of it. But he's also very famous. Now, let's get into it. So the story starts off where it is a very lazy and annoying morning because it's his cousin Dudley's birthday. And he's a very spoilt, rude, and snobby kid who always drives Harry crazy. And he was not happy about getting 36 presents for his birthday. So they went to the zoo and something magical happens. Harry is able to talk with the snake at one of the exhibits. And soon, eventually, Dudley gets stuck into the exhibit due to something magical. So when they get home, Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia, they are both really mad at Harry because they think that he did something wrong. So they lock him in his cupboard. But after a few days, he gets mail. And then due to Uncle Vernon, he burnt the letter. So many owls started flocking so many letters around. That's when they had to evacuate. And when they went to a house to temporarily live in, Rubius Hagrid, the keeper of Hogwarts, gives him his letter and even gives Harry a birthday cake. And while trying to explain to him about what happened, Harry learns a dark secret. His parents were killed by He Who Must Not Be Named, not by a car accident, which both his uncle and aunt had told. And although they said he won't be going to Hogwarts, Hagrid says that he doesn't have a choice because Albus Dumbledore, he kind of demanded it. And he was desperate to know him, considering that he was famous, which Harry had no idea about. So they go shopping for materials. What they needed were some textbooks, a wand, and at the wand shop, Harry was amazed. He was really happy with all the outcomes, and he even learned and met Professor Quirrell. And he even learns He Who Must Not Be Named name. Lord Voldemort, formerly known as Tom Riddle. He had a lot of things that he was brilliant but terrible at because he did terrible things, but they were also extraordinary. So when he goes to Hogwarts, he meets Draco Malfoy, who little did he know would become his arch rival nemesis. He gets sorted into Gryffindor, although he would have been in Slytherin, spoiler alert, along with Ron and Hermione, who he met on the train. And both were really nice, but Hermione had a little bit of a tantrum. They celebrated the night, and then they go to their room and have a blast. Harry was so thrilled he was away from Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon, and especially Dudley, his deadly cousin. So Dumbledore explains to him the whole story of what happened, and it wasn't a good story. The scar on his head, even Ron was shocked to say that he saw and met the real Harry Potter, who he didn't even know he would be friends with or even knew him. So they get to know each other a little well, and they both have a lot in common. Except Ron Weasley, he's a little taller, has red hair, and he comes from a whole pack of wizards. His oldest was like 30, and the youngest, he was second to youngest, so he was one of the youngest in the family. Hermione, well, her parents were dentists, and she was the first witch in the family, a muggle, which are people who are highly disrespected. Draco Malfoy was pureblood and Harry was half-blood. The definitions for the both. Half-blood means one side of your family comes from a family of wizards and one of them doesn't, but one of your parents was or was not and was the first in the family. Pureblood means both families come from a whole pack of wizards and witches. So they find out that Lord Voldemort is on the loose, and Harry and Ron struggle in their studies, but Hermione tries to help out. And then the first incident happened. They get attacked by a troll in the girls' bathroom, which Professor McGonagall wasn't happy about the thing, but she still awarded a few points to Gryffindor due to their bravery. So, then they found out something even more interesting. Rubeus Hagrid had a dragon, and someone traded it for him. And some teacher that Harry really didn't like was Professor Snape, and he was suspecting him to be Lord Voldemort, which sounds ridiculous. And although there was clear evidence that he might be, it didn't really sound like he would be. Because at the Quidditch game, where Harry was known to be really good at flying a broom due to trying to catch over Draco Malfoy from stealing, well, Neville's Longbottom's gift from his grandma. Well, Professor McGonagall saw huge talent in Harry, and she was really happy, so she thought he could be a seeker on the team who would catch the golden ball, which was so fast that no one can even see it that clear. So, before anything, he starts training, and he believes Professor Snape kind of cursed him, although that wasn't true. So, they do magnificent things, and they find more evidence. They even go after him after so much trouble, which now we will get to the juicy part. They go through the, locked up area, abandoned area, where the dog was, and they believe Professor Snape is still the guy. But they go through the chests, like real-life wizard chests, and after going through those disastrous things that are happening, they believe that Professor Snape is still the person. So Harry goes all by himself due to his both friends being injured and confronts Professor Quirrell. He was Lord Voldemort. Well, he was working for Lord Voldemort. And so he tried to stop him, and he was after the Sorcerer's Stone. But he was able to win, and he was finally found badly injured. Professor Dumbledore explains that Lord Voldemort is after his powers and is trying to kill him again, because it's a miracle that he survived that scar that was given by him when he was just 1 year old. Harry asks, will he ever be coming again? Is he gone forever? Dumbledore said that he will be back eventually. And finally, the first year went so well, and Uncle Vernon wasn't too happy about it because he didn't want him to have any friends. But Harry thought it was a blast, and he couldn't wait for more adventures next year. But did he know if he was going to get it worse, or would it get better? That was a mystery. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.